What is up, you guys? It is your boy Cyrus Obsidian here out of Obsidian Games, here to bring you our last local diaries here in our studio. As you can see, my background is a little bit different because we had to close up my little office or slash studio, and we're having to do what we've got. So this is it. So for today's local diaries, we have given the chat the option between number 1 and number 2. They had no idea what was in either. I am the only one that did. So I let them have the option between number 1 and number 2, and they picked number 1. So let me cue you in on the secret of what number 1 was. Number 1 is unfortunately your guys' most hated deck, Rescue Ace. So we're gonna see if Rescue Ace can get us one last victory before we leave here. Number 2 was our Pendulum Magician that I have been loving. I've loved piloting it. I've loved the Zark iteration that I have. But the last couple weeks, seeing D-Shifter with Trap Tricks, seeing a lot of decks rip out my extra deck. Today, we're going with something that we know we don't need the extra deck as much of, and we can totally play through D-Shifter. So let me show you what we're working with, and we'll head on over to locals. Alright, so let me show you our profile that we are working with today. I have made a lot of changes to Rescue Ace since I last played it. Hopefully, these are the changes that we roll with. So we are playing 2 Hydrants rather than our 3 Hydrant. We're playing 2 Turbulence, 2 Preventer, 3 copies of Airlifter, only 2 copies of Impulse, 1 Fire Engine, and 1 Fire Attacker. So I feel that this is maybe the best ratio to play Rescue Ace at, because the rest of the deck is a whole bunch of other cards that help with extending and also just kind of get me resource management, but as well as being interactive. So that's it for the Rescue Ace lineup. Then we're playing our classic Rescue Ace spells and traps. We're playing 3 copies of Emergency, 1 Alert, 1 Rescue, 1 HQ, 1 Contain, and 1 Extinguish. This never needs to change. This is kind of standard, just really great. And then for the rest of our deck is just a whole bunch of power cards. So we are playing 3 copies of Super Polymerization. We're playing 2 copies of Triple Tactics Talent, 1 Reinforcement of the Army, 2 Pot of Prosperities, thanks to the Rarity Collection, and 2 Forbidden Droplets. So I like these power spells just because Prosperity gets me into draws. Forbidden Droplet when going second is really great at just being able to interrupt my opponent's board. Super Poly, just another board breaker. Talents for when they activate stuff, and then Rhoda is Rhoda. So that is it for our power spells. And then last but not least, we have 9 slots for hand traps, and these can be whatever hand traps you want. We are playing 3 copies of Ash, 3 copies of Droll, and 3 copies of Infirm. So I think that these are the best hand traps going into the format, just because every deck is still searching. Ashes is really great, and Infirm is also just really great in general. So those are our hand traps that we are playing today. And then for our extra deck, we are playing the Super Poly targets of Mud Dragon of the Swamp, Garura, and Guilty Gear Free. We are anticipating someone to at least have SP Little Knight and a Baron setup. If we don't end up using it, we don't end up using it, whatever. But then Mud Dragon and Garura will always be just great Super Poly targets in general. Then we play 1 Abyss Dweller. Dweller just hits the graveyard, which is really great. Then for our Link monsters, we play 1 Link Haribo, 1 IP Masquerena, 1 Proxy F, 1 Isolde, 2 Tails of the Noble Knights, 1 Salamand Great Sunlight Wolf, 1 Hida, 1 Nightmare Phoenix, 1 Heat Soul, 1 Unicorn, 1 Axis Code, and 1 Underworld Goddess of the Closed World. As you saw, we aren't playing the Snake Eye engine or the DFL Star engine since we don't have the triple copies of Wanted. We do have the other pieces of it, but without the Wanteds, the deck was a little inconsistent, and it was just very annoying when you opened up with one of those pieces and you had no way of getting DFL Star. So that's why I opted to not play it, even though I do have the Dispel, the Gabel Star, and the Jet Synchron, along with Baron, but we're hoping this will be enough. Then for our side deck, we are playing 3 copies of Nibiru in the side with 3 Bestial Druiswing. We are also playing 2 Lightning Storm with the 1 Duster, then 3 copies of Enemy Controller, and then my favorite, 3 copies of Evenly Matched. So this is my side deck that I am rolling with. I want to try the Enemy Controller. I think it's really funny. Being able to set it alongside with the rest QA spells and then just trigger one of my monsters to take one of theirs, which could be detrimental and help setting up their board, but we'll see. We'll see if we tied it in, and then the Duster and Storm just to blow out back row or even Monster Zone. But that is our Rescue Ace profile. Let's see if we can get one last ride with Rescue Ace here. All right, you guys, so here we are at our local shop for the last time playing Rescue Ace. So game 1, we go against the Fire King structure deck, which was insane. Game 1, I set up my board. We went game 2. Game 2 was a lot of back and forth. Sided in the Druid Swarms, thinking that playing the Tri-Brigades, that the Tri-Brigades were dark. I was wrong. So we ended up losing game 2. Game 3, we just control the tempo, have a lot of good back and forth, go down to 3 minutes left in time, and we secure the victory. So we're up 1-0 into the rounds, and we'll see what happens going into round 2. All right, you guys, so game 2, we played against Unchained, and I was a little worried about this match going into game 1. Game 1, he set up his board. I honestly could not break it. We just did the game 2. It was just insane. When I thought I had it broke, he reattached it. Game 2, we set up we go first, and we set up the board as we normally do, and we were able to control tempo there and take game 2. Game 3 was a little back and forth, which was really awesome. Honestly, the entire round was a lot of back and forth. But game 3, we were able just to solidify it with a little bit more. And let me tell you, those Super Hollies are putting in the work. Gotta find it. Because yeah, this card is putting in the work. So that was really nice. So we take the W going in round 2. And we'll see what happens going into round 3 if we can take the sweep for our last event. Knock on wood. But we'll see what's going on. I will miss the store. We got one duel going on over there, one duel going on over there. This has been a nice spot. Just come and chill. Especially if we look outside on a cool December day. It was snowing yesterday. Thankfully no snow today, but more to come. Alright you guys, so round 3. There is no time left in round 3. That is time. But we play against a 60 card pile branded deck, and both game 1 and 2 I did not open the best hands, and honestly seeing all the big boys just kind of sucks. So we take our loss for the day, and in round 3 we were swept because I jinxed myself. He had all the right extenders, had all the right plays. He was able to play through, destroy my hand, and like going first, I opened Impulse, 2 Turbulence, I don't remember what the 2 cards were, but they were just pointless. In game 2, again, opened 2 Turbulence, Preventer, and Hydrant, I think, was my last card. And yeah, we just couldn't play through. So we ended up taking the loss with Rescue Ace. I honestly don't know what to change that would make the deck better. So we just lose. So we'll see if we take second or not, or if we take something less. But we'll see. Alright, so here we are back, and we took second place today, so not too bad with Rescue Ace. We're still stuck in the curse though, taking second place everywhere we go. So that is it for our local diaries today, you guys. And that, this is the last one here in our lovely little town of Rexburg, and at Holiday. But if you guys are ever in town, I recommend checking out Holiday, as you've got great people, great store environment, also the best duelists around. So if you're in the area, check it out. But that is it, everyone, and I will pass it over to you, and we'll catch you in the next one.